It's your man Jay Graves Report, and welcome to the College Football Weekly Wrap-Up Week 4. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Wrapping up the top 5 ball games of the weekend, so let's get right to it. Now, this weekend was a lot of fun because we had some upsets. I lost a couple of games, which I don't normally lose, but I'm glad I lost them because it proves a lot of points. Now, first ball game, let's go down to Marshall. We went out to West Virginia. We had number 3, Louisville, goes out to Marshall. Now, the only reason I had this game on the radar screen because we wanted to make sure that Louisville didn't go out there and wet the bed. You know, they've been beating the brakes off of boys for the last few weeks. I figured they was due for a letdown. So we want to make sure they just didn't go out there and wet the bed against Marshall. But they went out there and did what they supposed to do. Put up 59 points on these boys. Beat them 59-28. Lamar Jackson is the real deal. Hey, might as well just go on and send the Heisman Trophy his way, bruh. After next week, they play Clemson. After next week, go there and send the Heisman Trophy to his crib if he go down there and beat the brakes off Dabo Sweeney and company. He put up 417 yards, threw 5 touchdowns, rushed for another 62 yards, ran for another 2 touchdowns. Hey, Louisville put up 690 yards in this ball game. I mean, all I'm looking for next week, mark it on your calendar, drive down to Death Valley, it's going to be on. Because old Dabo Sweeney been out here talking crazy for the past few weeks. Now he got to play ball. And Clemson they've been winning, but they've been dull. They haven't been impressive. So now you got a juggernaut coming to town. We might have to climb the gate and get into that one. We might have to do an old school climb the gate, bruh. Stand up on your boy's shoulder and sneak in this one. Because I'm telling you, it might be worth the drive, and it sure might be worth sneaking into. We don't need no media passes. We just climb the gate where I'm from. Hey, let's move on to the next ball game now. Oh, and we got to make sure Bobby Petrino, all this week, make sure Bobby Petrino's motorcycle doesn't have any wheels on it. Somebody take the handlebars off, take the gas tank off, and keep all women from coming around the complex. Because Dabo Sweeney will go, Bobby Petrino will go dull on you. Don't let him get on the bike. We just need Louisville to keep rolling. All right, let's go to the next ball game. We got Oklahoma State goes down to Waco to play number 16, Baylor. Now, I picked Oklahoma State to win this ball game because I figured they was going to be dubbed. They already lost a ball game against Central Michigan. I figured they were trying to redeem themselves. They went out there and got beat 35-24. Seth Russell put up 387 yards, threw 4 touchdowns on these boys. The one dub pick that he threw didn't make a difference because he had some premium wide receivers, especially their sophomores, especially you had Ishmael Zamora. This done went out there, had 8 catches, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, but here's the deal. This is the first game he played all season because he's been suspended for the first 3 games because the dud got caught on camera whipping his dog. How do you call your mama and tell her that you got suspended for the first 3 games because you whipping your dog? What's going on down in Baylor? You got boys down there all out of control, sexual assaults like crazy, nothing to laugh at. These boys are out of control down there. Then you got a done out here on the sideline whipping his dog. So you missed 3 ball games because you whipping your dog. Come on, bruh. What is going on out here? So now, Baylor is number 16. They still undefeated. These boys 4-0. At some point, they got to fall apart. I mean, I'm just thinking they got to fall apart at some point. But right now, Oklahoma State's 2-2, and they dub. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 12, Georgia. Goes down to play. Number 23, Ole Miss, down at the Grove. They went down and played at Vaught Hemingway Stadium. Like I like saying Vaught Hemingway. It sounds good. I don't know why it sounds good. But Chad Kelly and company went to work on these boys. Chad Kelly put up 282 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then he ran for another 53 yards, put another touchdown on the board. Georgia, for years I always said Georgia is Mark Richt's Georgia. Now Georgia is turning into Kirby Smart's Georgia. These boys got beat 45-14. They had these boys they had them 31-0 at halftime. By the middle of the fourth quarter, they was down 45-0, bruh. What's going on in Georgia? There's no answer. There's no answer for you to go out here and get the brakes beat off of you like this. So I would assume that Hugh Freeze finally banned gas masks in the entire state of Mississippi. That's why these boys was focused this weekend. They didn't have Doug Jeremy tonsil influence on them, and they went out here and went to work. Now, can they do this for the rest of the season? I don't know, because they still playing in the SEC West. They still got to go to work. They still got to play Alabama and boys like that. But as of Saturday, they went to work on Georgia. Now, let's move on to the next ball game. We got number 11, Wisconsin. Goes out to East Lansing, Michigan, and play number 8, Michigan State. Now, Michigan State was coming off a huge win against Notre Dame. Well, at least we thought it was huge until Notre Dame got beat by Duke this weekend. We'll talk about them Duns in a minute. But Michigan State get out here and get embarrassed at the crib, 30-6 against. It doesn't make sense, bro, that for you to get out here and get beat like this at the crib. You had a freshman playing at Wisconsin, Alex Hornbeck. This boy put up 195 yards, a touchdown. What is going on with Michigan State? These boys just fell asleep at the wheel. Tyler O'Connor's a fifth-year senior. He goes out here and throws 3 dub picks. You can't turn the ball over, bro, and win ball games, especially at the crib. Now, I've been telling you boys for the past 6, 7, 8 years, all these folks hollering and screaming about Michigan State. It's a football school. Boys putting in work, no. Michigan State is only Michigan State because Michigan fell off. When Rich Rodriguez came into Michigan and took that thing to the doghouse and made Michigan was bad, and then they got Brady Hope, etc. They was done. When Jim Harbaugh came back to town, I told you boys, Michigan State is now officially the little brother. They won last year on a dub punt, the dub soccer Australian cat out there thinking he playing Australian football and tried to pick the ball up and kick it. That's the only reason they won the ball game last year. Come October 29th, Michigan State will officially be little brother again, and we don't have to hear nothing else about Michigan State. Michigan State is a basketball school, not a football school. So let's understand that right off the gate. If these boys get the brakes beat off of them by Wisconsin at the crib, Michigan gonna come up in there and just turn the whole doggone table over on these boys. Hey, let's move on to the next ball game. Now, this is the big ball game. We got number 19, Florida. Goes out to Neyland Staley and play number 14, Tennessee. Now, going into this ball game, boys from Florida was talking all kind of trash. You had a cat, Quincy Wilson. This done went on paper. Went in the news and said, have you ever seen, nobody's ever seen a duck pull a truck. The Florida Gators will win. Simple as that. Now, they got off the bus with a whole bunch of confidence. They jumped on these boys, was beating them 21-3 at the half. Looked like it was over. Boys about ready to start checking it in and going out there and hanging out, drinking with the volunteer Navy. Then all of a sudden, these boys wet the bed, fell apart, gave up 14 points in the third quarter, then gave up 21 points in the fourth quarter. Next thing you know, these boys up 38-21. They end up winning the game 38-28. And you had a cat named Joshua Dawes, the aerospace engineer, went out here and went to work on these boys. Put up 319 yards, 4 touchdowns. He threw 2 dub picks early, but he redeemed himself. This was the ball game that showed you the character of Tennessee. Now, Tennessee, this is the year. If Tennessee doesn't win the SEC East this year, they're going to be dull because you got a 4-year starter in Joshua Dobbs. This boy got all kind of experience. So if they can't win this year, they're going to be dull. But this showed the character of the ball club. Now, what can they do going forward? Because now they got all kind of confidence. They like a pit bull stepping in the joint now because Bush Jones got these boys rolling. Hey, we're going to see you next week. But now, let me talk to you about old Notre Dame. Notre Dame so dull this weekend, they start firing boys right after the game. It's a wonder the Leprechauns still got a job, bruh.
Leprechaun out there smelling like weed, wrestling over the gun in the back seat with the boys at the beginning of the season when they was the chamillionaires. Now they find defensive coordinators. Hey, it's dull up in South Bend, bro. I'm just saying, look out, it's dull. These boys get out here and lose to Duke. This wasn't no basketball game, bro. This was a football game. Hey, check me out next week. It's your man Jay Graves Report from TheJayGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport so you can holler at your boy.